Hello everyone. In today's video I'm going to be sharing with you the 3 rules that I use when analysing a chart to get the best sniper entries with amazing risk reward, such as this one. I'll be breaking down this trade that I took on CAD CHF, which gave a profit of 23%, played out very nicely, as well as this setup on Euro JPY. Okay, so here are the 3 rules. I'll let you read through them and then I'll show you them how I use them in real time. So I'll just get rid of all the analysis so I can start fresh for you. Okay, so rule number 1 is to trade with the trend. So for that we're going to go up to the daily chart and just have a look at what's going on. So we can see, we've been in an uptrend for a while. But if you look more recently, there was a strong push down from this area, which left behind a supply zone here, which was respected again, which caused this break of structure. So, I'd say we're in a downtrend now, or at least. So we've got our bias now, it's bearish on the daily. So we're going to go to a lower time frame, but still high time frame to look for a supply or demand zone. But because it's bearish, we're going to be looking for a supply zone. So if you go down to the hourly, have a look what's been happening. You can see a strong push down here, which left this supply zone here that I'll mark up. So we've got this supply zone that's been respected again, caused another somewhat break of structure. I'd call that a weak break of structure. There's going to be liquidity resting here, but that's just better for us when we want to short. So then you can see this supply zone, you could have got an entry here, entry there, stop loss there, targeting these lows. And then what you can also see is this push down, left behind another supply zone. One thing to make sure, the supply zone or demand zone must cause a break of structure and create imbalance. So you can see, I'll be making another video on imbalance in the future, but you can see there's strong momentum, break of structure here. So that follows the second rule. And now for the third rule, there's lower time frame refinement. But there's 2 methods for this. You can use a order block on a smaller time frame within this candle here, or you can go to a lower time frame and wait for a reaction off here to go short again, which is what I did. So I'll just have a look if there was an entry within here. There's nothing that speaks out to me, but maybe, this area here, you could have got in there for better risk reward, but that's not what I did for this trade. So what I did do is I came down to the 5-minute for my lower time frame. I waited for price to come back up and react off here. And what I saw here was, you call it Wyckoff distribution. I'll be making a video on that as well, but basically price came up, created some liquidity here, took that liquidity, and then shot down, caused a break of structure here. There's a break of kind of break of structure there, but for me it's confirmed here. And left behind this supply zone up here in the form of a hammer candle, if you know what that is. And this is where I got my entry. Just shorting at the low of this candle, which was 0.75552. Stop loss goes at the top of the order block. Oops. And then you can go back into your high time frame targets. As I said, there was some liquidity resting here in the form of equal lows. And we call it sell side liquidity, that's what the SSL stands for, but target down here. So I did, and you've got yourself an easy 23%. Obviously the win rate isn't always going to be this high, so you do need to expect losses, but when it does come in, this is enough to easily pass a challenge, phase 1 or phase 2, and if you've got a funded account, 23% on say a 100 grand account, that's 23 grand before fees, but that's very nice for one trade. Okay, now onto Euro JPY. I'll just get the rules up again. So first we're going to want to look at the higher time frame, trade with the trend. See if it's creating higher lows or high highs, or lower lows and lower highs. So you can just go to the 4 hour. You can see price has been going up, but again, we've got a shift in structure here. You know, break of structure on a higher time from there, we're looking bearish. And I saw this huge imbalance that was created by this candle, created this supply zone again, and draw that across. I'll just remove this as well. So yeah, you're left with this supply zone here on the 4 hour. Get the rules back up for you. As you can see, caused a break of structure there and there, took out those lows and those lows, and created a balance. So rules 1 and 2 are ticked. Now to the third one, lower time frame refinement. On this one, I'll be looking at a different method, so finding it within the high time frame order block. So as you can see here, we've got 4 hour supply zone, but if you go down to the 1 hour, you can see a nice candle here, hammerish, and it took out the Asian high liquidity, which is always a nice confluence. So I'll mark that one up instead. As you can see, you could have got an entry on the 4 hour order block, which I took as well actually, and then got another entry up here, because price won't always tap into your lower time frame refined area, so it could have just gone here and shot down. Luckily some news gave us the manipulation to pull it back into there and then send it down. So then you could have got your entry short. Now look at the 4 hour one first. Just have a look at the difference in risk reward. So this one's currently running at about 5%, and if you got in, your refined entry, it's going to be running at 21% already. And for my targets, I am targeting this Asian low liquidity. I mean, you could target the bottom, but for me, this is just a little bit safer. And if you look at the profit, even on the higher time frame unrefined entry, you're getting 8.5%, and on this one you can get 33%. So again, very nice trade. We see how it plays out. I've also got a re-entry for this trade that has been sent to the Discord group, so if you'd like to join, that is free. Got the entry, stop loss, take profit, all of that is on there, so I'll put the link in the description for that. Yeah, that's going to be it for this video, so I hope you've learned something, and if you enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. Check out my Instagram as well, that'll be in the description, and leave a comment if you need any help with anything or have any questions. Thanks.